Welcome, painters and decorators of the interweb. It's Phil Beckwith. Do you know I'm the professional painter and decorator? I think you know by now. Right, nice one today. Nice day. I'm at home. I'm working at home today. I've got wooden floor to wax oil. Now, you've seen the thumbnail. You know the product I'm going to use. Osmo. How good is this for wooden floors? I can tell you how good it is. I've been using this product on this floor for the last 15 years. I'd say I probably do a maintenance coat. I like to try and get one on every year, but time and things like that, kids, stuff everywhere. I can't normally do it every year, but at least 2 to 3 years intervals I try and get a coat on. Now I'm going to tell you why I use this Osmo oil. This floor, when it went down, I just got I don't even know what finish was on it. It wasn't like a varnish or anything like that. It was virtually natural oak paneling sheet, you know, strips. You know what you get, solid, click together, it's on a membrane, they stick it down or whatever they do. But with it being a natural product, it can move depending on temperatures. That's why you have the well, I can't even say that. That's why you have expansion joints and gaps between the thresholds, between rooms. So on the early stages of actually owning this floor, I got, because nobody else does it, we got a coat of Osmo on it straight away. Now the beauty with Osmo, I'm going to do what they do in the shops because it's easier to explain to you. Why do we use this? Right, it's for floors. It's for wooden floors and furniture. I'm going for the clear matte. Now over the years I've done the satins and the semi-satins and I don't like it. It looks too shiny. I prefer the matte finish. This was a matte finish this last time, and over the period of time with people walking over it with shoes, socks, a little bit of a polish up, it can start to make it shiny. And particularly if you've got a finish that is a bit shiny, it's like an ice rink sometimes. Yeah, you come a cropper. Not as bad as that, but you know what it's like. Bare stocking feet, way gone, we've gone. But no, it's a natural oil wax based, and it's microporous. Now if you don't know what microporous is because you're new to painting and decorating or generally don't know what microporous is, let's put it in layman terms, it allows your surface, your substrate, your wood to breathe through that coating. So this coating will allow what's underneath, i.e. the wood, to breathe through. And because I've put multiple coats over the years, just maintenance coats, mainly just as a one coat system, it can still let your wood breathe. Right, the other things, it's water repellent and it's durable, which is what you need on a floor that I've got behind me. I've got a front door that when it rains you can come in with wet feet. I know. And the other thing is I've gone this time for the Rapid. So this is the Osmo Polyox oil, high solid, and it's the Rapid. Now the Rapid means it's quickish drying. 4 to 5 hours you should be able to get your second coat on, because you can get 2 coats on in a day. Now because I am doing this maintenance coat on all this floor, I've just got round that corner there, round that corner there, and all of this. I'm just doing a maintenance coat just to keep it topped up. So that's where I am with it. Another thing I'm going to mention, mix it up well, because it does start to settle. Mix it up well. Use a proper mixing stick. I've got one, like a paddle. Don't use an electric drill whisking it all up because it puts air bubbles in it. Don't do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this coated up. I'll fast forward it. I want to keep this video under 10 minutes. Let's do it under 10 minutes or just over. So we'll try and keep it quite simple. Another thing, application. You can use those little roller pad things that people apply wax oils with. I'm not. I'm going to keep with, I've got an Eco Union brand new 4-inch brush. It's got the lovely bristles. It's bamboo handle, recycled metal ferrule for all paints, and it's made in Britain. So I'm supporting British industry. Brilliant. Check them out, give them a Google. Eco Union brushes, beautiful brushes. Brilliant also for cutting in and emulsioning. Enough said about that. I'm going to move the camera, get you in position, and then I'm going to start doing this floor. Right, for the purposes of the video, I will be working out the tin. Normally I tip it into a paint bucket, plastic paint tub, work out of that. But because I'm a skilled professional, I'm going to work out the tin. What? Price? Osmo oil, 2.5 litre tin. Do a bit of research on the net, you might be able to get a bit cheaper. With VAT, you can be looking anywhere between about 85, 95 pounds for this Rapid. I know. I bought mine. You won't see it on there. I paid for it. Nobody sponsored me. As I say, nobody's sponsoring me yet. Is anybody listening? Is Porsche listening? Nobody's sponsoring me yet. Paintwell. I bought mine from Paintwell. It's our local supplier. Sells everything. So I've got my receipt there. See the receipt. Keep that out of the way. Claim the tax back on that, can't I? For making YouTube videos. So I'm going to start right before anybody says anything. That unit there, can you see? Let's zoom in. That unit there, it weighs a ton. Now, my wife likes it in a certain position, so who am I to argue? Let's keep it like that. What I do, I go underneath it and I go round it and it doesn't move, because that's the position she likes it in. It allows us to get by one way or the other, but yeah, we're keeping it in that position because she likes it like that. I'm going to start in the top, bring it all the way around. You have got a good open time with it, so don't be frightened of coming back to it. There's no problem like that. And the other beauty is, I'll just mention this because I should have mentioned it earlier. What's good with the Osmo oil is, you know, if you do get damage to your wood, you can actually come back at a later date, just sand that area out and touch it in, and it blends in. It doesn't show up any touch-ups, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Another thing I like about it is when I'm doing my maintenance, there's no primer needed, there's no sanding needed. You can just clean your floor like you've seen at the beginning of the video. I swept the floor and I got the steam mop on it just to clean it, but you don't need to do any preparation with sanding it. The only bits that I've had to sand is where I've walked in with a bit of paint on my shoe and I could see a little bit of an imprint, but other than that you don't need to do anything, just coat it up. If you want to sand it, feel free. If you want to get a marker on it, dustless sanding, feel free, but there's no need on anything like this. So, well, I'm going to crack on now, because I bet we're nearly at 10 minutes. Let's keep it under 15 then. 15. Stirred it up. When you're working out a tin or a kettle, always work from one side. Don't slap your brush about from side to side. We used to get onto the students at college when they were slapping a brush side to side. It's bad form. Just work from one side of the tin, kettle, and always wipe down on one side. Then when that paint kettle or tin's dried, you can use it again, but don't slap from side to side. That's proper gets everywhere. It's messy. Right, cracking on. We're getting started. Now, you're going to ask me how much paint you pour on at a time. Just put it on sparingly, brush it out. You don't need to put it on thick. Spread it out. That's why I like using the brush, because I can control how much I'm actually applying. But it's, well, I think even read the back of the instructions. So you're saying, how do you apply it? If you read the back, methods of application, says you can use the Osmo flat brush, microfiber roller or floor brush. I don't think you can see it on there. Apply thinly and evenly to the clean and dry wood along the wood grain and spread within 10 to 15 minutes. So I tell you, you've got quite a bit of home time. So I'm going to crack on now, get it over and done with. Then I can let it dry all day. You've seen that fast forward, I've done my first section there. The other thing that we're not moving, it's grandfather clock. It's over 200 years old. It's got its place. We don't want to move that too much. Now, the beauty of this is, as I said to you earlier, you can actually touch in. Well, the same principle applies if I want to come back to it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to square off. I'm going to finish off on a joint of the wood. Go to the other side, which is round there, and then start bringing it across, and then I can rejoin up by cutting in very neatly to that finished off edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn you off and then I'll come back on another position so you can see me. Just coming up to the last bit, so I'm going to work my way to the door so I don't get trapped. There you go, I've done it. There we have it, everybody. You saw me just finishing off at the door area there so I could get out. You can't see we've gone dark. That's probably taken me 20 minutes to coat up using that 4-inch brush, giving it a nice even coat. Oh, I don't want to use the word sparingly, but just brush it out so you're not putting too much on. But that has been, oh, shall I say, it's probably been done an hour now. So I've come back to you after an hour and it's going off lovely. And if you can just see, it's got a nice flat matte finish. Oh, look how bright I look. So you want to know how to wash the brush out? Get a bit of white spirit, get the wax oils out of it, bit of meths if you've got a little bit of meths to finish off, but if you've got brush cleaner, finish off with brush cleaner as well, and then some warm, I'm not saying hot, just warm, lukewarm soapy water. Just rinse your last bits of the bristles out to get rid of any of the methylated spirit or brush cleaner. So if you are washing out oil brushes, white spirit, then you could do a little bit of methylated spirit if you've got any, it doesn't matter if you haven't. Brush cleaner, brilliant. Spin it in your hands, shake all the stuff out, and then some warm soapy water, that cleans it. So yeah, so if you like these sorts of videos, there's probably a link there for other videos like this, testing paints out. But failing that, please have a look at these videos that might be there. Every click helps towards getting that Porsche. Yeah, I say no more. But no, thanks for listening. And if you are looking at doing floor varnishing, Osmo. Osmo's the one you want. And as I said earlier, this is the Rapid. You can recoat within about 4 to 5 hours. So really good. Don't overlook it. See you on the next one.